Hello and welcome back to LBG Reviews. Please be sure to like and subscribe. So, for those of you who might not have known, my channel name means Legally Blind Gamer Reviews, which means I can see things. Just not well compared to most people. Like, I can see decently well in front of me. Like, I'm able to make out a lot of the details of the microphone in front of my face right now. But I cannot see, like, say, if you were to take me to a sports game and we're up in the top rows, I won't be able to see the field. I won't be able to see the players. I might be able to see the shapes moving around on like the jumbotrons, but for me to actually grasp fully what's going on, I've got to pull out like binoculars, my phone, or to use the camera or other things to be able to actually see what's happening in the field or on the jumbotron. Now, this also means that I've had a very limited life in regards to independent mobility, especially because for a lot of my life, or basically for my entire life, I've lived in rural or suburban areas. So I did not necessarily have the luxury of public transport to get me places. I can't drive cars. I mean, I suppose I could, but it would take a lot more effort and a lot more training than for other people. And so it's also kind of, is it worth it for the things I would be using it for? Or is it worth it to just simply find other ways to go about life, you know? So I bring this up to mention that this limited mobility has also meant that one of my favorite types of games are open world games about exploration. Heck, that's part of why some of my favorite genres of games involve pirates or sailing boats or spaceships. It's the ability to explore a vast open ocean, outer space, or vast open worlds by myself, not guided by anything else. So that's why those kinds of games really appeal to me. With that being said, today we'll be talking about Voyagers of Nera, a unique early access survival crafting game about exploring a vast archipelago, encountering bizarre spirits and bizarre creatures that you must help out or defeat in order to unlock new things to build and to learn more about the world that this game takes place in. Whenever a game has sailing mechanics, I always instantly fall in love with the game, even if the sailing mechanics are less intuitive than for other games. Like, the first sailing game I ever truly played and really got to appreciate that freedom that sailing gave me was Assassin's Creed IV Black Flag. I had always kind of loved the idea of pirates prior to that game, but that game really cemented that, like, that is the kind of life I would live if I was able to see more. Anyways, the game has an interesting magic system where you basically build something called a spirit anchor, and then you're able to attune yourself to one of the four classical elements: wind, fire, water, and earth. And depending on which element you choose will dictate the things that a little spirit that follows you around will do for you. See, when it comes down to those classical elements, I'm always a mixed bag on my thoughts on it, because fire is always described as aggressive and passionate, and like very creatively driven in a lot of games and stories. That is very much me, but then like you've got water with both its creative or with both its rejuvenating and destructive properties. Its unabashedness to flowing freely, the structure of Earth, and so on and so forth. And I know that part of that is because it's supposed to be appealing to everybody, but also it's meant to also be like a gameplay guidance thing to basically be like, hey, do you want to deal lots of damage and be very aggressive? Go with fire. You want to be very defensive, very protective? Go with earth, that kind of thing. But I always just choose fire because I think it looks nice. And so basically, but that's just one of the gameplay mechanics. You also can find spirits that are in need of assistance and guide them yourself, which then they will offer up various benefits for you to make use of in gameplay. And that's all I'm really going to say about the game. The game is a lot of fun. It's still in early access, still has a lot of development to go through with it, but it has a lot of content already, and I was having a blast playing it earlier. In terms of accessibility settings, the actual settings that the game offers for accessibility are kind of lacking. Like, there's this whole separate button for accessibility, but it only has two options. If I remember correctly, the options are for reducing camera shake and also for I want to say that for reducing some of the visual effects that could cause like nausea and things. I mean, it has UI scaling things. It has control customization on PC and things like that. But like its main accessibility menu, it's just two options right now, and that's kind of funny to me. But I know that since it's in early access, it'll get a lot of improvements later on. So yeah, that's Voyagers of Nera. See you guys next week. Bye!